All right, guys. So this is my first time ever going live on YouTube. In fact, just now I got the capability to do so because you guys help the Six Pack Bass YouTube channel hit 1,000 subscribers. So before we get into this, I want to say thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. It means a lot to me. I can't wait to see where this thing goes and hope that I can collaborate with you guys, meet up with some of you, and maybe even be able to fish with some of you. But nonetheless, I just want to tell you guys the road has not been easy. So I guess you could say some things that I learned along the way. YouTube is a lot harder than it looks from the outside. Most people think, I say most people, a lot of people think that YouTubers, especially those who are doing this full time for a living, that it's kind of just gimmicky and they're not really working. I'll be the first to tell you, any of you that are looking to jump into YouTube or any kind of social media type branding, don't think for a second that there's not work involved with this. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, you know, especially in the fishing industry. A lot of times you get one shot at being able to capture the action. It's not like you can put that fish back in the water and say, hey, can you get rehooked for me again so that I can get this epic shot? You know, if you get it and it turns out awesome, but if not, then, you know, you never get that back. It's just lost content and you basically start from scratch. So I think that there's a lot of people out there that think that this is just kind of gimmicky. But like I said, I'll be the first to tell you that there's a lot of work that goes into this. But nonetheless, for those of you who don't know, when I started this channel out, I started out wanting to do fitness and fishing combined. In fact, I had a couple of early videos that were fitness related as well as kind of motivational type videos. And then I jumped on, I saw an opportunity to jump on the Alliance of American Football League. Of course, I love sports, and I was already starting my YouTube channel. I was probably 2 months into YouTube at that point. And so I went with it. I knew that the league would be coming out in February, March, and that it'd be a perfect time to possibly get my name, my brand, so to speak, out there in front of a ton of eyes. And sure enough, it surpassed anything that I could have ever imagined. I had a video that my very first AAF video went over 100,000 views. And for a channel that, like I said, at that time, I had less than probably 100 subscribers, but I broke 100,000 views and my channel was just going crazy. It was fun, really enjoyed watching it grow and explode. But at the same time, there was a piece of me that felt a little bit guilty, I guess you could say. Like I said, I started off wanting to do fishing and fitness, really for sure fishing. And, you know, those videos weren't getting near the growth, near the hits that these Alliance football videos were. And so for a while, I basically went and did nothing but AAF videos and saw some good traction, good success from that. And part of it was, you know, I don't own a boat, so I was a bank angler. And so the fishing was really tough during that time because it was the winter months and it was just a struggle. And quite frankly, no one wants to just watch somebody stand on the bank and cast and cast and cast and cast. So definitely put fishing to the side for a good, I don't know, 3 or 4 months and just pumped out AAF content. And then the AAF abruptly was canceled. Done. And so I kind of had to pick myself back up off the ground and hit it hard again back into the fishing game. worked out great because, like I said, during that time, I built up quite a following as far as subscribers for my channel. I know it's nothing that any other larger channels would bat an eye at, but like I said, I was probably 600-700 subscribers in at that point and trucking right along. And then that got cut out from under me. So I kind of got taken back to my roots, so to speak, with fishing. And so went back to fishing hardcore. I learned a lot along the way in doing those videos, especially with the back end editing portion of it. Of course, I have no experience beforehand with any kind of video editing software. And so just basically self-taught, grinded it out. And then I hit a little bit of a snafu, and that's kind of where I'm at today. So I have over 1,000 subscribers now, but my videos, I'm not getting near the traction that I guess I would expect to have when you have 1,000 subscribers. So it's really been a little bit of a struggle. There's a lot of work that goes into it. So anybody that's starting out on YouTube, I want to say this, really two things. Number one, and this really goes with anything in life, guys, the mental aspect of it. You will have to stay mentally tough. And like I said, that's not just YouTube, that's life. No matter what you're doing, your mind it will take you as far as you can dream up, and it will take you as low as you can dream up. So mental aspect of it, big thing. And especially in the social media driven world, you know, you always want to look over the fence and see somebody else's success and try to compare that to your own. And you can't do that. I fall victim to that as well. Hey, Anders, how's it going? What fish you gonna catch next? So I am I am a freshwater fisherman. So around me, I've got largemouth bass, we've got crappie, we've got catfish, and then, you know, all the different panfish as well. Chain pickerel. More than likely, my next fish will be a largemouth bass, because that's basically what I go out fishing for, is largemouth. But thanks for tuning in. So going back to the mental aspect of it. So, and this goes, like I said, no matter what you're doing, not just YouTube, but the mental aspect of it. I want to catch a pickerel. Yeah, I agree. I have yet to catch, well, I take that back. I caught one when I was probably 7 years old by accident. So that's the only one I've ever caught. But nonetheless, the mental aspect of it, guys, that's really what's going to keep you in the fight. So my last few videos have kind of struggled as far as the viewership. And like I said, having over 1,000 subscribers, you would think that there would be some traction there, but it's just been tough. And every day, every week that goes by, you know, there's more people flocking into YouTube, all of the changes that happen. But that's no matter where you go, no matter where you work at, no matter what you do, there's going to be changes in the workforce. So with that said, number one thing for anybody that's looking to do YouTube, mental aspect of it, you got to stay mentally tough. And like I said, especially in the social media driven industry, it is very easy to get distracted, discouraged, compare yourself to someone else, but your success is your success. Their success is their success. Same way with struggles. Your struggles, everyone is going through something at some point in their life. So you kind of have to put the blinders on, stay the course. And this is why it's very important when you start out your channel, know your why. You know, like I said, my background is fitness industry. Anytime you're wanting to make a change or get back into working out, you have to know your why, because at the end of the day, when the road gets, you know, narrow and the times get darkest, you're going to fall back on your why. You're going to remember why you started. That's going to be your driving force. So especially with a month ago, I was fishing for rockfish and a big lingcod ate my shrimp. It snapped my line. Wow. So I'm guessing that you are a saltwater fisherman. So, but anyway, knowing your why is going to keep you going forward. Another thing, this is a big misnomer. A lot of people think that you got to have this fancy camera, fancy equipment. Here's the kicker to that. You're only as good as what you know how to operate. So most everything that I do, not most everything, everything that I do is from my iPhone. I film from my iPhone, and I have 2 GoPros, and that's it. Yes, I would eventually love to upgrade my camera to a nicer camera, but for now, I have to work with what I have, and if I can learn that, then I can move on to something else. It does you no good to go out and buy all of these fancy pieces of equipment and have no knowledge how to use it. That it basically is a paperweight at that point. So definitely, it's okay to start out small. Start with what you have. The overhead light that I have right now, I handmade. I literally took one of those little shop spotlights with the metal clamps on it and put a piece of wax paper over the front of it to act as a diffuser. So that's what I'm using right now. That's what I film on. That's what I film anytime I'm in the office. That's what I film with, that light. So you don't have to have all this fancy stuff. Yes, the fancy stuff does help later down the road, but for now, just start. Just start. So moving on to my next point. Don't be so open to your community you're following that you're always doing whatever it is that they want you to do. You know, like I said, you have to have your why. So yes, if somebody asks you to do a particular type of video, definitely take that input and you want to respond to your community. But if it isn't aligned with whatever your message is, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, then you have to put that to the side. You know, that's why it's called YouTube. This is your channel. And you're going to lose some people, but I believe that in the long run, staying genuine and true to who you are, you're going to gain a much stronger community doing so, and they will be more gravitated towards you and your personality. So you won't have to fake and be somebody that you're not. Let's see. I fish freshwater and saltwater, whatever water I can find. I hear you on that. Whatever water you can find, I will cast the line. I have a $50 camera, and I'm getting by with 150 subscribers. I hope I will hit 1,000 sometime. Yeah, so that's awesome. Like I said, I can remember vividly whenever I had 150 subscribers, and I was super pumped when I got my first 100. And I'm just as pumped now that I'm at 1,000. I find that now that I'm at 1,000, it's, you know, what's that next step now? It seemed like it was so hard to get to 1,000, but now that I'm here, it seems like it's so much further off to the next milestone. So it'll always be that way. So that's why I say stay humble, be excited about where you're at in that moment. Definitely try and stay consistent. I know that this is something that I struggle with, especially having a family and a job. It makes it very tough. But let's face it, everybody's dream, if you're doing YouTube, is to one day hopefully go full-time and be able to do this for a living. But for now, you have to find that balance between work, family, YouTube, whatever it is. You got to find that balance. I'm surprised that only 2 watching when you have 1,000. Yeah, so Anders, that's kind of what I was talking about. I have, you know, like I said, a pretty big following, but for whatever reason, the views are not there. So I'll just keep cranking out content, and hopefully we'll get the corner turned, get it turned around. Do you like the fluke or the jerkbait better, and what colors? So it kind of just depends. So I actually recently started fishing in jerkbait, so I don't fish a jerkbait very often. So I guess to that, I would say the fluke is my favorite just because I've used it a lot more. And I like natural colors. So if I'm fishing, you know, clear water, then I'll throw white fluke on. I like green pumpkin. And as we get closer to, like right now, most of my soft plastics are more of a red crawl, orangish type color. I like red. Water temps drop, I like to throw more of those red, orange type colors. Me too, and the fluke is weedless. Absolutely. I have a lot of grass around where I'm at, and so definitely being able to rig up Texas rigged is definitely the way to go. In fact, that's what my latest video was on. I explain exactly why I fish creature baits, specifically the bandito bug, in the wintertime when most are downsizing their bait to go more finesse. I'm still chunking out those creature baits Texas rigged because I have a lot of grass and I'm able to punch through that grass. So if you guys haven't yet, you may want to head over and check that video out. Like I said, I had some great success when the water temperature dropped still fishing that Texas rig with a larger creature bait. Love how you have 2 people watching, but you're not giving up. Yeah, so I mean, that's what it's about. So like I said, you have to find your why. And if you're genuine to who you are, then I feel like the community, the following, they will respond to that. And eventually someone's going to find you, and then they're going to tell their friend and tell their friend and tell their friend. So I appreciate those of you who are on here. Andrew's Handmade Crafts and Tyler Ward, appreciate both of you chiming in. Tyler Ward, that's right, absolutely. So yeah, so especially in the wintertime, not to get off on a tangent here, but in the wintertime, like I said, I don't necessarily always downsize, because those fish, yes, they're more lethargic, but they're looking for a meal that's going to be more worth their while. So rather than having to move around and gulp on a lot of little bitty meals, they'll find that one larger meal, use up that energy right in that split second to get that larger meal, and then just, comatose, so to speak, just like we're all going to be doing tomorrow. So for those of you who are in here, happy Thanksgiving, guys. I hope that you have a wonderful day with your family, friends, and I hope that you eat so much that, we look like those football-sized bass. Of course, bro, in the winter, I can never get the bass to bite, but the trout are yum. Yeah, so the trout is kind of hit or miss around here. I kind of have to go probably 45 minutes to an hour away to the closest pond that gets, or the closest body of water that gets stocked with trout. So I'm still out here trying to crank on those bass. I need to stop buying Guggen baits because the fish keep destroying them. I've had to buy 3 packs this week. So that's one of those things, though, with Guggen baits. So the softer the plastic, more supple the plastic, the better the action, but you're sacrificing the longevity of that bait, the durability. So I've had them rip whenever I backlash. I've had them rip that way. So it's just kind of one of those things. If you get the plastic where it's so durable, then the action's crappy on them, and you kind of have to weigh your options out. For me, I like the Guggen baits because I do like their action. I feel like, everybody has their own preference, but for me, and I'm not just a Guggen fanboy, but I do prefer the Guggen baits. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Eat up. Absolutely. So anyway, going back to what I was saying. So yeah, so I'm sitting right here at 1,000 subscribers and not much traction, but I'm still having fun, still having a good time, and going to continue to keep pumping out this content. My biggest thing that I would tell others, and I know I'm kind of all over the place with this, but be able to have somewhat of a set schedule. You will be surprised how long it takes you in the beginning to film a video, get it edited, and get it out. How long that takes, and if you don't have content stacked. So I would say if you're new and looking to start out, just go out, film a bunch of content. Don't even worry about creating the channel, nothing. Just go out and film for 2 reasons. 1, it's going to get you more comfortable with being on camera, and 2, once you start your channel, you're going to have a good backlog of content that you can keep going and stick to an actual schedule. I didn't have that whenever I started. So whenever I started, basically I would film or fish and film, edit, put it out, and then go repeat that process. So my suggestion to anyone that's looking to start out, get a backlog of content, especially if you're into the fishing or looking to do a fishing channel. When the bite gets tough and you go out, say you go out 3 times that week and get skunked all 3 times, well, now what are you going to do? You don't have any content, you're scrambling around. Whereas if you had a backlog of good content, solid content, when the bite's not on, you can tap into that backlog and still, give those viewers what they want and continue your channel. But it doesn't look like too many more people are going to jump on here. For those of you that did, I really appreciate it. For those of you who are in the comment section, I appreciate that as well. Like I said, I'm going to keep grinding, pumping these videos out for you guys. And that's all I got for this one. Happy Thanksgiving. And again, a big, huge thank you to you guys for allowing us to hit 1,000 subscribers. I thank you so much. And you guys have a good evening.